One thing I like doing as a photographer is taking my earlier pictures and using them as inspiration for new pictures, not copying directly, but using the original as kind of a starting point and thinking, well, how can I kind of reinterpret what I see here into something new? And that's what I did here. When I took this, I was out at Theta Pond on the OSU campus, and I didn't set out to take this image particularly, but I was looking around and I noticed that there were several of these Magnolia seed pods that were kind of at the end of their lifespan and having fully completed their journey of generating seeds, and then the seeds fall off, and then pretty soon the seed pod's going to go away. So the seed pod didn't have much longer, and it looked kind of cool with these stragglers, these red seeds just sort of hanging on there. And I thought, well, it probably would make an interesting photo. So I took a picture of it, and then I thought, well, what can I do to make this more interesting as opposed to just another picture of a magnolia seed? And I thought, I realized the background behind it kind of held the key to all this. Behind this, and this is looking almost straight up, there was a cypress tree that had turned brown. And so you had all these light brown leaves just creating like this whole canopy behind this magnolia seed pod. And there were these little splotches, these little patches or spots of light that were poking through. And I thought, what if I position myself in such a way to get the background behind this seed pod with these patches of light in just the right spot so as to kind of complement the subject in a really interesting way. And I think I did it. I think I accomplished what I set out to. If you look on the left, you see these white patches almost serving as like a border or a ring or a halo around the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, there's that single white ball, that light ball. And it really just kind of came together how I wanted it to. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I tried this at f1.8 and it was just too blurry. It was just like this massive blur of nothing but orange and brown and some whites. It just didn't look good. So I stopped down to 2.8. And I also had to use live view on my camera. I had to basically hold my camera up above my head, almost as high as I could reach to get this shot. So it was a little tricky, and there was a lot that was more or less left up to chance because I'm like holding my camera above my head with live view and trying to get focus. The situations under which this photo was taken were kind of weird, but the end result's pretty cool. I think it makes for a really interesting photo. And it's a neat reminder to me that I can find a new way of photographing familiar subjects, particularly if I pay close attention to what's not the subject, like the background or the foreground.